The Bitcoin short-term downtrend continues, and yesterday we hit $59,000. Today I am going to talk about the reason why we went down. I will talk about what I see happening next. I will give you a couple of very important things that are happening in the background right now, which is going to show us what the next major Bitcoin move is going to actually be. So make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it. And what you can see here for Bitcoin, guys, is that since having that rejection of my orange box, the downtrend continues. And you can see very clearly how this downtrend is actually right now taking us down very, very quickly. And yesterday, we did have a drop all the way down to $59,000. And then after that drop, we found support at my orange line here. And we've had a little bit of a bounce. But now, let's see if we can break through the $61,000 level. The previous time we tried to break through it, we got rejected once more. So yes, Bitcoin is looking a little bit shaky here on the shorter time frames. And if you look at the longer time frames, you can see the same thing happening right here. It just continues of going up to this area and then getting rejected. And each time we do this, we are creating a lower high, which is not good. But at the same time, this was the first time here in September when we saw a trend shift of actually, instead of making lower lows, we were actually making a higher low here on the candle closing basis and on the wick for that matter as well. So this would have been the start of a reversal on the longer time frames. But then the shakiness of the traditional markets and as well as, well, not traditional markets, but the economical situation, because yesterday we did have important data being released, which is affecting us right now. But that together with the Middle East situation, that is right now putting a lot of pressure on Bitcoin right here. So I will talk about that here in a tiny little bit. First, I just want to briefly mention that on the weekly time frame, Ethereum has been going down a lot. It's very, very bad. Look at this. We are right now below the very key orange line here at 0.4% or at 4%, sorry, of a Bitcoin. And you can see that on the weekly time frame, Ethereum has been on a downtrend essentially compared to Bitcoin since November of 2021. So since the cycle peak essentially, Ethereum has been on a massive downtrend. So this is of course something we need to be aware of. So that's not looking super good for Ethereum, to be honest. Now let me talk about some very important data that was released yesterday. So the CPI came in at 2.4%, which was actually above expectations of 2.3%. Core CPI also rose to 3.3%. The expectation was 3.2%. So inflation is becoming potentially worse again. And this is a nightmare scenario for the Fed. Why? Because the inflation is increasing, and it's the first time since March of 2023. Also, 258,000 people filed for unemployment this week, which was above expectations of 230,000. So once the September jobs report is revised sharply lower, it will reveal the Fed's nightmare situation: rising inflation and rising unemployment. So as you know, guys, the Fed were very aggressive. They cut the interest rates by 0.5% because they saw that inflation was going down and they saw that the jobs market was getting weaker. So now the inflation is going up and the jobs market is again getting weaker. So this is a very bad situation for the Fed. And even the Fed's officials themselves have said now that they are considering to skip a rate cut in November. And that would not be good because let's look at what the market is expecting. So the market is expecting the Fed to cut the interest rates by 0.25%. And not only that, it is not a small size of the market. It's 84% of the market believes that we're going to see that rate cut. So if you do not deliver that rate cut from the Fed, then this spells disaster. The market is going to react very, very badly to this. So we have to be very careful. We are at a very sticky situation right now. And apart from that, also what we do have is that Israel, they are saying that they are going to strike potentially even this weekend. So this is very important to keep track of as well. This is going to cause volatility when and if it happens. So let's watch out for that. And also, where is the selling coming from right now? it is coming from mainly Coinbase. So Coinbase are the ones that are dumping Bitcoin the last few days. And it is absolutely relentless. There's massive amounts of selling coming from Coinbase, which has led to speculation that part of this could actually be the US government selling. But if we look at the wallets of the US government, they are not moving any Bitcoin right now. So on the chain, it doesn't look like it is the US government, but there's definitely some major US entity selling Bitcoin right here on Coinbase. So that is where the selling is coming from. And Bitcoin right now, in just a few days, this will have been the longest consolidation for Bitcoin ever. And it is right about now that Bitcoin should go up and should have a rally towards the upside if we're gonna resemble the previous cycles, right? So let's see, guys. It's the moment of truth. Are we gonna see the longest period of consolidation, or are we going to start to ramp up here and go up higher? Also, if we look at the amount of leverage in the market right now, it is at a yearly high. So be careful with the leverage right now. You're gonna see big swings in the market due to this as well. And that is not all. There were several $1 billion worth of options that were expiring today. And yeah, this is also going to influence the price, of course, as the whales try to influence the price at the strike price or at the strike date. So that's all good. Let's continue here. And finally, what I wanted to say is that the SEC commissioner, his name is, Mark Ueda, he went on Fox News yesterday. He's working with the SEC. He's the SEC commissioner. And he said that the way that the SEC has been handling the crypto markets the last few years has been a disaster. So he is like openly criticizing Gary Gensler here in the way that they are handling the crypto space. So this is going to be very important, because this means also that all of the companies that are being sued by the SEC, they are, or the companies that are suing the SEC, they are all going to now use this as evidence, saying that, hey, look, even the SEC staff themselves are saying that the way that the SEC has been handling the crypto space recently has been an absolute disaster. So this is very, very interesting. And hopefully Gary Gensler, well, I guess it's more or less confirmed that he is not going to continue with the SEC. But hopefully the next one is going to be a bit more progressive and honestly just a bit more smarter and handling things in a better way than Gary Gensler has been doing. Guys, that is what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.